tempted to play the Harry Potter game just because all the worst people on Twitter are so upset by it. And yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling. I was checking out Harry Potter. It looks fucking great. And the trans community are out in full force trying to convince everyone that you are a literal transphobe if you play this game, the Harry Potter game for consoles and everything. You don't play video games at all, so like this is not a possibility.
Is there J.K. Rowling should be the
president.
Be a deity to the left. I mean, she is a woman billionaire,
right?
Who was a single mother, who was writing stories on bar napkins, who created an empire,
right?
But because she has some opinions, we have to cast her aside and now worship I don't know who.
And when you attempt to figure out what her controversial opinions are, it is very difficult because she has really said like almost nothing that any sane person would actually consider offensive. And this became clear to me when I was doing that trans panel and I brought up J.K. Rowling and Buck Angel was sitting there, who was like a female to male trans person, who's been around since the very early days of the gay rights movement, and he's close personal friends with J.K. Rowling, and so he was, on deck, excited to defend her. And then you have Blair White too, who's very much in their corner, and then you had like Gracie or I don't even think Gracie said anything, but like certain people trying to basically like argue why J.K. Rowling might be a bad person, and nobody was capable of coming with any sort of like actual argument. So it's hilarious seeing people do it on Twitter. I feel like this is probably going to be like one of the biggest video game first weeks of all time in terms of sales and everything. And I think people largely seem to love this game. I'm excited to try it because it looks kind of like Zelda. I haven't played like a good role-playing game in a while. I want to get my girl into it. I want to own the libs. I want to let all these fucking woke people know that they could suck my trans penis.
Like maybe you're going to buy a skin, or instead of the spectacles with tape, Harry Potter's wearing a MAGA hat.
Yeah, I'm going to buy the Gracie Jane skin probably as soon as I start playing.
And you're going to go out into the Forbidden Forest. I can just see Adam right now. Expecto Patronum, you Death Eater. Is that what you're going to do?
The reality is that my girl made me watch Harry Potter 2 different times. And I hate it.
You never read the books?
No, of course not.
Dude, the books are magical.
I don't care. I hated the movie. I tried to watch the second one.
The movies sucked. I hated the movies too.
The idea that I'm going to like a book more than the movie.
How dare you?
The movie is 2 hours of sitting and staring at a screen. The book is like real labor of having to read each line.
It's not labor.
I've never do it. No.
It's when you go to Gringotts alongside Harry Potter, when you crack open the Sorcerer's Stone, it is not labor. It's pleasure.
For me, it would be labor.
No,
the movie as well was labor. It's just like it's such a stupid, boring story. I don't understand why the fuck anybody likes it. That's just me. I think it's terrible.
You never.
I have no sense of wonder.
Adam,
you're right. I have no sense of wonder.
And you've lost it lately. When you and I first started this podcast, there was a sparkle in your eyes, and it's long gone.
Now I wear sunglasses.
But just no part of you at any point in your life, it is hard to see with a tint. No part of you at any point in your life wished that a big hairy guy came and said, "You're a wizard, Adam," and gave you a letter, and you went off to a magical land.
Again, I watched it 2 times.
To a magical land.
Shit sucks. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Is that it's boring. And hey,
what do you got?
Hey,
I'll throw down. I got my belt.
This happened before too.
Okay.
Because you might not know this. Most of the world has forgotten about this, but Pokemon Go. I've been playing it since 2016. What was supposed to be the next great augmented reality, real life style game like Pokemon Go? What was supposed to be the next one?
Harry
Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone or some shit. That was supposed to be the next one. Even though I don't like Harry Potter, I was excited. I'm like, oh, this game's gonna be really interesting. I can't wait to try it. It took them probably 4 years to develop it. It was a complete failure. I would assume that they're probably on the verge of shuttering the game in the near future because it obtained essentially no fan base.
Yeah.
And I don't remember seeing a lot of controversy about this Pokemon Go ripoff being transphobic at the time. But they actually, as a side note, they have a new version of it. I forget what it's called. It's like NBA something, and it's like you go to different basketball courts all over the city, and on your phone you can like compete against LeBron James, like the same way that you can go to a Pokemon gym and compete against a Mewtwo or a Reggie Steele. No, you take this fucking app and then you go and you battle Karl Malone at the local elementary school.
This is what's wrong with the country in a nutshell.
And it was created by Niantic, same company as Pokemon Go.
And think about this, like where kids are, it's like, hey mom, I'm going to the basketball court. What? Eddie, you're getting exercise? What? No, I'm playing AR. Like that is everything that's like I got over here, like I come in here and Mike is just fucking laying on me the sob story about how he can't stop eating snacks in the afternoon and how his diet. I'm just like, you're probably the guy who is more interested in fighting a virtual Karl Malone than hooping it up with some local ball players. Okay, you're going to be the guy collecting social dust in the corner while they're actually doing real life activities playing basketball.
He needs some David Goggins in his life, I would say. This has been a clip from my new podcast, Sledge Lords with Danny Mullen. We're dropping a new episode every week, so either hit the link in the description or search up the Adam 22 channel on YouTube. Appreciate you guys.